Hi, Shell. It's April.
Yes, it is. April Fools.
Oh, man. We always
Yep.
have fun with that every year. Do you guys play around with that?
I used to when the kids were little, but I don't anymore. I don't do much of anything anymore. We're going to do the monthly challenge for you guys. And yeah, this month it is AJOS Creative Lettering. And all through the month, we're going to do different types of ideas using lettering in your mixed media and art journaling. Because letters are awesome. They're graphic. There's so many options here. I know it seems like a limited thing until you really think about it. So we have tons of ideas, but for today, we're going to go through our basic challenge that you guys can do as well. We'd love to see what you did. Please put it in the albums under media in the group so that we can see what you created with this challenge.
Yeah, and y'all know I am not a doodler. I am not a letterer. So be kind.
I'm really not that much. I mean, you doodle more than I do. I'm not a big doodler. But this isn't really doodling. It's more like illustration.
What the heck am I doing here? Okay,
It is ridiculous how many illustration pens I own. So I guess while we're going through today, we can talk about the different types of pens that you can use for your writing when you're doing it in mixed media. If you want to color over the top or whatever, because we do have 2 colors this month, so we can use the colors. We can use all the different things. But the first step says create a framework with pencil lines. If you're wanting to do, I used to have a curvy ruler. Peg, do you have a curvy ruler?
Oh, yeah. Let me show you some. Do I have
I don't know where mine is or if I even have it anymore. Well, I think it was a creative memories thing.
Speaking of which, let me grab this while I'm at it because you just made me think about something. Yes, I have lots of curvy things. I have this. I have this. I have this. I have circles. I have, what are these? This thing that makes circles. I have this. Oh, yeah. Do I have it? Of course I do. Do I use it? Well, infrequently.
Well, I think for this first step that we made up a long time ago, and now we're just trying, maybe making a fun framework with something curvy.
Well, and I've got stamps that are framework kind of things too, and I've got, good heavens, all of this stuff.
I was thinking maybe these stencils that I have might be able to help me.
So my curvy framework, I think, one of the things that everybody seems to have is one of these things from Ranger. And I can do a curvy framework with this. So I think I'm going to start, and I'm going to use a Stabilo.
If you don't have the thing, which apparently I don't at this point, you can just make one out of hard paper. This is watercolor paper.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to do that. Then I can make some curvy lines to do my creative lettering on. So that will solve my problem right there.
And I think I will do this one in addition.
So I'm using a Grumbacher mixed media paper 60 series that's removable. these pop out so that I can take my sheet out and then, yeah, you know what I mean.
I know
I
what you
can't
mean.
think and draw and talk at the same time. Can't walk and chew gum at the same time either.
So I used the Stabilo in a blue tone to do some lines because I thought that would be kind of cool.
I
Yeah.
think this is where I'm gonna. I need a quote or something. I don't even know what I'm writing at this point.
Well, yeah, we don't. We haven't thought about that. But speaking of which, when you get stumped, I have a couple of books from Amazon. Imagine that. And this one is 87, 89 words of wisdom, proverbs, precepts, maxims,
Oh, that's such a nice
adages.
thing to have.
Yeah, so lots of words there. And then this one has 14,000 things to be happy about.
Even better. I could use 14,000 things to be happy about.
So, you know, I can open this up on any day and I can find something here. An old movie on a cold night. Exchanging restaurant recommendations at breakfast. I mean, this is just nonsense, but it's cool stuff, right?
Right.
So I got plenty of stuff to write. That's out of the 14,000 things to be happy. This one is a life should not be judged until it's over. Truths last forever. Be willing to change the way you play the game. I mean, there's lots of, these are great quotes for journal pages. So if you're looking for words of wisdom, you can find that on Amazon too. But yeah, I think I got plenty of words, but I want to take some watercolor because our colors, I used a blue, which is kind of in the blackberry. Blackberry is kind of a violet.
Yeah.
And then the Hansa yellow is a very bright yellow. So I pulled out some archival inks in some colors that are in that family. I got the sunflower and cactus flower and thistle because I thought these would work well. And I don't think I really want to do paint on this page. I want to keep it smooth and dry as much as possible. I'm going to add some water though. I am going to add some water because
okay, create a framework. That's step one. Pick the words you plan to write and lay out your design. Do I have enough? Lightly sketch your letters using different fonts. That's going to be the fun part.
So I'm going to get my woodies. I'm going to start with a color that looks like, this is just a aquarelle Stedler pencil watercolor.
I guess I could be using watercolor.
So I'm gonna put some of that down. In a yellow, I need a yellow. Let me just get my woody in yellow. This one's dirty. I need to be looking ahead. What's pick a word? Okay. Gotta pick
a word or words.
Word or words. Okay, so that's the yellow. I think I want a third color in here. So if I look at these two, they're kind of opposites. So if I look at my color wheel, here's my Hansa yellow, a warm, bright yellow. Here's this red violet. So this blue really is split complementary. So I'm heading in the right direction already. So I'm just going to get a wet brush. This is, oh, that's not what I want. This is just a water brush. And I'm going to pull down some of that color from the Stabilo line and the watercolor pencil. And I can see the watercolor pencil is not moving very well because this is not a coated surface, so it's soaking in. So I'm going to add more. Because I want some color in there. And I always could dip my pencil too. Get more color. Okay. Because I got to keep moving here. We got stuff to do. Got steps to do. So I like that. Need to clean that off. I'll come back with a brighter yellow in here.
Yeah, I think we're all going to need practice here.
I
I decided to draw my letters first. Decided to draw them and then come up with something after that. I don't know. I think I might use watercolors, but first I need to just like, I think the thing to do is to kind of erase back before you even start putting a bunch of other stuff on there. Just kind of erase back so that you don't have very dark pencil lines. And then you can go over with your permanent whatevers to make your letters more interesting. And then I'm going to come in after that in color. I think that's what I'm going to do. So we will recommend someone that we've both kind of taken a few classes from for creative lettering. She has a book. Her name is Joanne Sharp, which is kind of funny because she's into lettering and writing with pens and pencils, and her last name is Sharp.
Well, Lindsay.
That makes me laugh.
Is another one. It's Ostrom. You know, there's a number of different people who do lettering. Joanne Sharp is one. Lindsay is another. I'm trying to think of a third one. I know I've got some different books from people that do lettering because, yeah, lettering is something that needs to be practiced, I think.
Yeah, I like to just have something to look at.
Yeah. Like I've got, what did I do with that? I have some of my practice pages. I was pulling them out when I was talking to Shell the other day. Stuff that I did for classwork. I was practicing different font things, and yeah, whose book is this? I just pulled this out. Oh, yeah, this is one of Lindsay's books. Hey, here we go. This is the kids' block of creative lettering, book of creative lettering by Lindsay Ostrom and Friends. So it's got lots of fun fonts and things that you can practice in here. So that's something. But we all know how to do some simple lettering, right? We all know how to do some simple lettering. But I was just playing around with some simple lettering here. You know, you can get real detailed. You can get grid paper and you can block things out like this and do
Yeah,
the
grid
lettering.
paper, Schmid paper.
But I'm not a grid paper person. I'm just not. But I think I will pull out these letters that I made and maybe use some of these for ideas in my piece that I'm working on today.
I thought it might be fun just to make some sort of little something on here. I don't know what I'm doing. We're just winging it at this point.
Yeah. So
I wrote a
my
quote.
word that I should be writing is my word of the year. Because you all know we did a word of the year, right?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year we did.
So I'm thinking I should do that. I pulled a card out the other day. A friend of mine had sent me, and it says, focus on the good. I'm saying that's pretty good advice. But my word for the year was focus. And you can see I just did it in these big bubble letters. So I can do that again. I can do something like that. So let me put these pencils back up. And I'm just going to go for it with, what kind of pen do I want to use? I want to use a big one. I want to use a big one. Let me get a...
Okay, that'll work. This will give me someplace to put in my color. And then maybe just, I don't know what's going to be. I don't know. Maybe it's just some.
Here's a Permapac. I haven't had these pens out in a while. It's got a chisel tip on one end and a bullet on the other. So that would be good to do the big balloon lettering.
All right, I think, okay, so creative framework. I made that with those curvy lines with cutting in the watercolor paper. Pick a word you plan to use. I picked a little quote or saying or something to work on, and then lightly sketch your letters. So I did that, and then I made another light sketch of some other stuff, and then ink your letters. Okay. I have so many different types of pens in so many widths. These are probably the ones I use the most, the Faber-Castell Pitt pens. I know these are permanent, they're India ink, but I also have these pen ones that come in gray and light gray, which is nice. I've got some Prismacolor ones. Don't know if they're permanent or not. And then I have two different types of microns.
This is interesting. I misspelled focus. Okay, so it's going to have a C right over the top of these other letters.
So then you wonder why have so many pens. It's because of line weight. Something that's super fun to play with is the width of your lines when you're drawing either illustrations or letters. So that is why you end up with multiple amounts of them. Other than the fact that I'm just obsessed, apparently. So I think I'm going to start probably with an O1. Oh, this is the other pin one. No, I don't want an O1. That's too tiny. So they've got all these numbers on them, right? This goes with this set. It's not a Faber-Castell. And I don't think I'm going to use the grays this time. I'm just going to use black. So there's chisel, there's brush, there's bold, there's would have been helpful if I had a swatch. So what's an SB? Oh, that's a brush pen. This one is an S. That's probably where I want to start, maybe. Or maybe I want to start with an M, which is a medium. Yeah, I'm going to start with the medium, and then I can always use the other ones. So when I was drawing my letters, I tried to make thin and thick letters. I tried to make different fonts, different shapes. I'm not sure how well I did with that. But throughout the month, we'll be doing this, so we can always practice, right?
I need plenty of that.
I think this one is dry, kind of dry. So do I have another medium? No. Maybe switch to the Sakura. I think an 03 would be, that's pretty small. An 05. I also am not sure. I'm going to go with the 05 on this one. I am not sure if the numbers and letters that they have to designate their sizes are all the same. Like, you know, you think about it and it's like, oh, well, is it beta or is it VHS? You know, I'm not sure if it's a situation like that where they're not unified or if they are all unified. BU and I guess I mostly went with like not very hard edges on these letters, but and
Well, I'm not going to worry about a whole lot of fancy anything. I'm just gonna draw.
well, that's what it's all about. It's just having fun. I was trying to get different looks on my letters, but I'm not sure that I did it that well. Because ultimately it all just turns out looking like my writing, which I hate. So what do you do?
Well, you learn to love yourself, I guess.
Be you and people will like you. That's what my quote says. I do have a ton of ideas of how to play with this concept of lettering, though, and using letters and numbers in your work. Got tons of ideas about it because I've been thinking about it. So we'll be doing lots of stuff.
I'm just grabbing different pens and playing.
So once you've drawn your lines, you can go back in with other, like, where did I find that fun? SB. You can go back in and, like, maybe you want to fatten some of them and make them more interesting. You can do that. Like one easy exercise for starting out creative writing is to just write in your own handwriting and then go back and thicken up all the letters on all the lines on the left or all the lines on the right. That's something really easy to do. Don't even have to try to be fancy with that. And even by just drawing a little bit of fatter lines on some of them, it makes it more interesting, right? Another fun thing is to go back and draw lines and patterns inside. So I made these polka dots around the background so that I'd have something to color.
Let's see. What's this one? Looks a lot like what I just used. I don't know what I should use to color. To add color to this, I just keep trying to think of what I want to do. Let's see.
Do I want to use watercolor? Do I want to use... I don't know. I don't know what I want. Anyway, get the idea. if I just wanted to come and make like lines across this one? Just little lines. That would be kind of fun. What if this one just had little polka dots? Who knows? What could you do?
I think I need something thicker there. What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Maybe I'll go back to the Elegant Writer.
You can go back and erase any pencil lines you might have left. If you want them on there. Ugh. Yuck, yuck. That's the only thing is I don't like having all the eraser junk everywhere. Okay, so I went back in and I did the permanent lines. And then the other thing is add varied line widths as needed. Yeah, I was already doing that. I did like that little brush pen. Where did it go? Is it this one? Yeah.
Oh, that's really tiny.
Maybe you want all the lines on the outside to be fat and the lines on the inside to be thinner or something like that.
Okay, got my letters. What's the next thing?
I don't know. I'm not sure where you're at.
Letters with permanent pen. Oh, okay. So I need to, well, I did all of these letters. Add varied line width as needed. I did. Oh, and it wants another border element? Ooh.
Yeah. I saw that.
Would have been good if I left room for that.
Yeah. I didn't really
Well,
like that either.
So I need to color that. So let me go back to my pencils for that.
I'm having too much fun playing with my pens. I need to get some color on here. pencil in there. All right, fine. I'm going to have to do something else. I'm going to have to add some color here. Got to stop doing that. I think I'm going to use Neil Color 2. And then I can use a water brush. And that'll be an easy way to
Easy
make some
peasy.
fun
Good idea.
color. Just get out of the way. All right. So the colors for the
We
challenge
are both
are
out of our element on this one this month.
blackberry. Blackberry is like a bluish purple. So let's go with well, the closest one on here is periwinkle. So let's start with that. Where's periwinkle? I don't know. Is that periwinkle? No.
I should have read all the way through
Sky blue.
and left room for a different border. I wasn't thinking. Oh well, we'll make it work.
Can always make it work. Make her hat be the color of that. Her hat's the color of that.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to use a water brush. This is just real simple use of color. Nothing fancy. It'd be nice if I could stay within the lines.
Oh, is that a requirement?
I'm not sure because I'm not doing it very well.
I'm in trouble.
Not one of the
now.
steps.
I can see it on the wall. I'm in trouble now.
I'm going to come back in with a little bit darker color. What have I got? Do I have anything that's like the same tone? It does look a lot like the color. I would like to just darken it up. Maybe I'll just use some actual blue and just give it a little bit of a glaze of some blue. You know, one thing that should have been in the steps that we didn't put when we were making this up, add highlights with white.
Well, you can always add whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, you can always be before, after, in between. You can always add what you want. And I'm going to.
Okay.
And you can't stop me.
I wouldn't dream of it.
So my girl's gonna probably end up with some pretty wacky hair. She's probably got, I don't know, some kind of weird color highlights, I bet. She just seemed like the type.
That's going to turn to mud because I used the Elegant Writer down there, but I don't care. It'll be all right. It's play. Creative play.
Yes. Although, where's my Naples yellow? Is that Naples? Oh, that's golden yellow. This one might be. Oh, that's orange yellow. I know there's one called Naples yellow. I'm sure of it.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not. Well, Sahara yellow looks like a good color. All right.
This is shaping up okay. I'm not too upset about it. And where's my water brush? I know I had it out here. Just have to grab a different one, I guess.
Don't really want to blend so much as just.
I'll start with the yellow because it's the lightest.
All right. What am I want to do with my letters? Something fun. What would be a good color? Okay, so violet and yellow are across from each other.
Yep.
So if we go with red, orange, and blue, green, we will end up with a I know what I want to say. The four colors that go together.
Tertiary?
It's not a triad because it's four. Just not coming to me right now. It's okay. That one looks good with it. Well, I'll put my Sahara yellow back.
Tetrad.
Tetrad, yeah. Tetra. Does that sound right though? For some reason it feels funny in my head.
You're using a tetrad, and I am using a split. What am I using? I am using a split complementary.
Split complementary.
I know all the doodlers in our group are going to love this one.
They will probably have fun.
So,
oh, I still haven't put a border element on this yet. There's something about making a border, right?
well, I just realized a border doesn't have to go all the way around, so I can just go back to the border that I created in the first step and put some more layers on it.
That works.
I have a plan.
You have a plan. I wish I had a plan. My life would be better.
Well, I instead of panicking, I thought it over and I realized that would work.
Always smart. Not to panic.
Panic gets you nowhere. I panicked a lot this week, though, because Ron decided to take a trip down the basement stairs and not on his feet. So I was a little panicked. And he's got a few bumps and bruises he's nursing. But we came out okay.
A good plan to go down the stairs without staying on your feet.
Yeah, without benefit of feet is not the way to go.
Probably should have buried that one. Would have been smart.
So let's see. Let's use some designs for the border.
Mine's probably just going to be a super simple border. Like maybe line.
I'm going to go back to my, see if my Elegant Writer will work over the top of this watercolor we put down here. It might. Oh, yeah. Let's see how we're doing. Oh, we got a little time left.
Do we? Enough?
I think so. We'll get done. We're close enough. You're on your last step, aren't you?
I haven't put my border on yet.
Oh.
Nor have I colored everything in yet. I took too long messing around with my pens because it's fun. My entire background is white. It's probably going to have to stay that way. So you guys, as you start yours, you might want to add some color to your background first and let it dry. And then move on to the steps. Because you know, with these challenges, you can always put something on later.
Yep.
Or before. You're not stuck to
add wherever you need to.
Yeah.
This pen doesn't like writing over this stuff very well, but that's okay. Almost to the end. Okay. And then she said, it's time for another design. Because this border needs a border. I think I need paint pen.
Ah, there's blue on that. Gross.
Yeah, that works.
I also wanted to add highlights, which I forgot about. This paper's getting oversaturated with water. which isn't a good thing. Starting to freak out. Okay.
There she goes again. She mentioned something, and where's my head go? Freak out!
I think I'm just going to do a real simple border with black. Or maybe I should do it with, I'll do it with the, what do I want to do? I don't know. Maybe I'll do it with something completely random.
Random's good.
So we just want you guys to know that we do these challenges in the same way that you do. We don't have anything planned. We just look at it and we go. We go with it. Just like you. So don't be freaked out. Just go for it.
Yeah. Like my page says, go with the flow.
That's
Focus
right.
on good.
Go.
Slow and steady. Breathe. Don't overthink it.
Don't freak out.
You think I was talking to myself when I was doing this page?
Might have been.
Okay, that's the little dots. What's this one?
So there's my border.
That's a big dot. There we go.
And now I feel like I need to bring in that color to some other places. Maybe this is where she gets the weird highlights in her hair. I dragged my hand across it. Got it all mooky.
Mookie. That's a new word.
Not a good plan.
I know Moki from Fraggle Rock.
Try not to get it more ooky gooky mooky. Just put some of this fun color in here and there. Because I like it with all the other ones. I think it looks nice. And you know how I feel about white space.
Yeah.
It's evil and you should never have it.
Well, I kind of like a little white space.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I try to like it. I try to be a good balanced person and leave white space, and then I fail on a regular basis. Because I really just like to have color on every single thing. Just like it.
Let's see. I need another color. Which should probably be white, right? Since we're talking about white spaces.
I agree. I think that these letters should have white highlights, actually.
Ooh, but that pen does not want to write on there. So it's not going to be that white pen, that's for sure. Let's try a different one.
Now, what do I think? I don't know.
I think a lot of people struggle with their own handwriting. I know I certainly do.
Yeah. I think it's pretty common.
Yeah. And I even took some calligraphy courses thinking that I could learn. Yeah. Did not just happen to me, I'll tell you.
I think I could learn if I actually cared that much, but I
Yeah.
really don't. So,
It's I don't think I have the patience for it. I just think you have to have the right temperament.
yep, I'm definitely not patient.
I'm more of a fun and funky girl. Well, it's about time to wrap this one up.
All right. I was just adding white highlights because I think I've gotten everything. A border element is the green. So I just thought it'd be nice to maybe add a few little scratchy white highlights around the letters, and then I'll be done.
Okay, so that's it from us for this month. I hope you're enjoying the challenges and you join us, and be sure and use the hashtag so we can find you. See you again next time, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.